Hey, what's up, everyone? What a what an interesting day it's been. Today was a little harder to get up and persevere, as typical, but did anyways, and I'm really glad I did. I just got done with the amazing experience at this church. One thing about my journey and my travel has been God has put it on me to put it in my heart to go and try out different churches, different styles, different just to see different ways, I guess. And just like anything in life, whether it be work, relationships, whatever it is, sometimes we never really know what we like. We just know what we don't like. We just find things that don't work for us. But today was it was a really great experience overall. It was a smaller church, a lot smaller, but the sense of unity there was just amazing. The sense of family that you don't find in a lot of the big churches. I mean, you do, but not to the extent of ones like this. And then it was a great service, great sermon, and then coffee hour, and I had the opportunity to sit down at a table with a lot of beautiful souls, a lot of wonderful older ladies, and just had some amazing conversation with them. And it was really good. I haven't had that long and depth of conversations for a while, and then there was food, some real food, and it was nice to be able to share a meal and conversation with them, and it was just truly, it was a blessing. Thank you for that. Thank you for today. And it was much needed. I needed the rejuvenation. My soul needed it. I needed it. But the power when two or more are gathered. The power when two or more are gathered in His name. There's truth in it. There's a lot of truth in it. And now I feel rejuvenated and willing to do something that God has put on my heart to do that I've been putting off. Let's talk about some chapters of my life that, some of the darkest chapters of my life that I'm not proud of, but I'm accepting of, because they were past versions of me. I can't change the past. I can only change the future and how I proceed from here on. So last week I was walking, and when I was walking, a piece of trash caught the corner of my eye on the side of the road, and there was something about it said, check it out. I had a pull. Pulls are your gut, your instincts, your something just says, hey, go check it out. So I backstepped a little bit. I looked, and it was a folded up wrapper that most people would have just walked right by, not thought anything of. But that wrapper represented a lot to me. It was a Suboxone wrapper. And that wrapper represented some really dark points in my life. I didn't always walk on the straightest path. I always had really good connections from early on, and so it was, I don't know, I was just really good at selling drugs. It was easy money. I caught my first felony when I was 17. It was 3 days after, it was 5 days after I graduated high school, and 3 days before I turned 18. And lived on that side of the tracks for a while. Cleaned my life up for a little bit, then fell in with the wrong crowd again. And it started off, I was just selling stuff, selling pills, and but then selling them turned it into doing a little bit, and then doing a little bit turned it into doing more than a little bit, and more than, more frequent than I liked, and until it became, kind of a problem. I wasn't just doing it here and there. I was doing it, and it was becoming an issue, and it was costing me money. And but the crazy shit about the market is it's all a game, and it's all predictable. The pharmaceutical companies make money off of overprescribing these, and they have the doctors that get everyone on the same thing at the same time. And then when you know how to read the market, you know how to predict the market. Once everything's maxed out for top dollar on the streets, logic says that they're about to start pushing something out. So you start doing your research, and you figure out what they're going to push out next, and you start trying to jump on that. So you have the head start on it. But also at the same time, you can play the long-term game too, where you stock up on the old, because people are going to be hooked on those. They're going to still want those. So if you stock up on them, you hold out. Then when they're not out for a while, people are paying a ridiculous amount of money. Like, say for the oxys, back to the oxys, we were getting them for like $30-$40 for the 80s. They were going for like $120 a piece for a while after they canceled them. $120 a piece. Buku bucks. If you were wise and you stocked up on those, buku bucks. But it's all a game, and it's all about knowing how they operate. And once you know how they operate, you can predict stuff. And I also did that for a while, but then I had a really bad opiate problem, and that shit controlled my life for a long time. And I went from pills to heroin. But back then, like, the real heroin was the pure shit. It actually gave you some, not to justify it at all by any means, not to justify it, but it used to give you energy. You used to be able to do it and be motivated, not do it and be able to suck your dick. Like, I never saw any enjoyment. I never understood the people that there's a difference between doing something and indulging in it, and doing something and not even being able to remember it. It's like, how is that even enjoyable if you can't even remember? If you're so gone and out of it that you can't even remember conversations, you can't remember. If you're so far out of it like that, I never saw how that was even enjoyable. It was never me. Like, I would dabble, I had problems, but well, to each his own. Like, a problem is a problem, though, right? But so I did that for a while, and I had a really small circle I was working with, and everyone around me was getting caught up, but they're all getting caught up in dumb shit. And I tried to warn them. I tried to tell them how you're being reckless, how you're acting out of pocket, how you're drawing attention, how you're doing this. I tried to point things out to them, but they didn't want to hear it. And if you don't want to listen to advice, I have no option than to remove myself from the situation and start pulling back, because I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to show you, I'm trying to warn you how you're being reckless, how you're going to get caught, and you don't want to listen. Well, you don't want to listen, I can't force you to do anything. So my only option is to remove myself. Like, one of my friends, he got caught up with a gun, selling it to an undercover cop. He was supposed to sell to me. He was supposed to sell me the gun. But he told me he sold to someone else. He lied to me. He pulled some bullshit on me, and then ended up selling it to a cop. So, you dumbass. He did a couple years for that. There were a couple other times that he made sales to another undercover, and he tried to get me to go make the moves with them. But he was being reckless at the time, and I saw him being reckless. And he didn't want to listen. So it's like, nah, like, normally I would have rode with them just to make sure he's safe. But it's like, you're being too reckless, you're being too sloppy, too stupid. So nah, I'm not riding with you anymore. I can't ride with you anymore. You're being reckless. You don't want to listen. So you're on your own. Half those people, they've been gone. Long gone. Very few are left. And some of them are still stuck on the same bullshit they were back then. It's sad. It's sad. yeah, but everyone's getting caught up around me, and I ain't gonna lie, I was a little scared, and so like I'm like, fuck this shit, fucking wipe my hands clean, dropped everything. I went from making buku money, fucking, I was balling, to humbling myself, working for chump change, but it was honest money. And so, you know, I did the right thing for a while, cleaned my life up, did the right thing. I started a job for Servpro through a temp agency, and you know, worked my way all the way up from a temp to assistant project manager, running multi-million-dollar jobs all around the country. You know, I did the VA hospital in Jamaica Plains. I did a hospital on an Indian reservation, Choctaw Nation, in Talihina, Oklahoma, middle of nowhere. I did you know, casino out in California. I did then I did this job in Lake Placid, New York, and that's one of the most monumental jobs I've ever done to me. So I've been traveling a lot for work, and I hadn't seen my son, I hadn't seen my family or anything. But I was better in my life. I was doing the right thing. You know, I was doing really good. I was really good at what I did, and I made good money. And I got to travel and see the world, which is, well, the country, which is, you know, it spoke to my heart. I got to see a whole lot of middle of nowheres that never would have existed. You know, a whole lot of people, a whole lot of just news, difference, and that's what my heart yearns for, right? And I was really good at it, and I was making money the right way. But so we're at this job, did this job, and we finished, you know, a little early. And so we had the hotel rooms for a couple more days. And so I was able to invite my parents up to bring my son up there. And my parents had their own room. My son stayed in my room with me. It was literally right on Lake Placid. I opened my sliding door and Lake Placid's right there. And it was a great day. We got to, you know, we spent the day going around to the hockey museum and seeing all the Olympic stuff there. And it was just cool, nostalgic history, you know. And I've been working the whole time, so I didn't really have the opportunity to really experience the town at all. And I, you know, I got to experience it with my son and my family. So it was amazing. It was a great weekend. It was a great weekend. Then they packed up and they went home. And I loaded up the work van. I loaded up the work van, and I headed back into town. Well, from upstate New York back to New Hampshire. As soon as I got into town, I ran into this dude that had owed me money from back in the day. And he didn't have the money, but he had some product. And he offered me the product. You know, I had been clean for years at that point. I had been clean for years. But, he offered me the drugs, and I made the conscious decision to take them because I wanted to get my money out of him somehow. And I made the stupid conscious decision that I was going to get my money out of him by doing something that went against what I wanted to do. Well, I thought I covered my bases. You know, hey, is this real? Is it fentanyl? I thought I was covering my bases. I thought I had the audacity to think that if you're doing it, that you're going to know what you're doing. Awfully bold of me to assume. So he gave me his bag. I got my money's worth. And some. All I remember is I remember being in the warehouse. I remember unloading the shop vacs. That's the last I remember. The next thing I remember is being Narcaned alive. come back to life. Everyone around me, like, what the fuck? I had no idea what was going on. You know, they ended up taking me to the hospital. I signed myself out as soon as I was able to. Never told anyone about it. Didn't tell people about it. Because I was ashamed. I was mad. I was pissed at myself. I had worked so hard to clean my life up. I worked so hard. So hard. And then one time, one slip of judgment, one mistake, I could have never seen my son again. One mistake, my life could have been over. One poor decision. How often in life are we one poor decision away from being done? How often? Quite often. How often do we keep making those decisions over and over and over and over? It doesn't have to be about drugs. There's a lot of other toxic shit we do. I was so mad at myself. Say I told myself that wouldn't be me again. I told myself I'm done. I don't want this life anymore. I don't want it to be me. It won't be me anymore. And then I found myself there. And after that, I got these tattoos on my wrist. Love life. I always hated my wrist. But I got those there as a reminder to LOVELIFE. There's more to life to live for. It's not fucking worth it. It's not worth it. It was one of the most shameful decisions I've made in my life. So I don't talk about it. Just the thought. Just the thought of a poor decision like that could have cost me never seeing my son again. That could have cost me never doing any of the things I'm doing right now. It could have cost me not doing what I'm doing here right now. It could have cost me from being the light of God that I'm supposed to be. One poor decision. By the grace of God, I didn't die. So I redeclared to the universe, never again will that be me. Never again. And it hasn't been. It's been like 12 years. I lost count. I don't keep track of certain times and dates. I just know it's been a while. I don't fixate on certain dates of things. I don't know why I fixate on those. All I know is the victories I've had. I know it's been a long time. For a long time I controlled my life, but for even longer I've been out of it, out of its grasp. And for that I give thanks. For that I'm thankful. For that I'm thankful. I'm thankful for the self-control that God's given me. A couple years ago, I was doing construction in the wintertime. We're doing an addition onto this garage. I had to set my ladder up. I set my ladder up like 3 times, right? I checked it. It's sturdy, it's safe, it's not gonna slip because everything's icy. Dug it in, secured it. A couple steps up, checked it again, still sturdy. A couple more up, checked it, still sturdy. A couple more up, checked it, still sturdy. Heard, full send. Tell me why I get up to the top, whole thing slid out. You know, you got that couple seconds, you're just, oh fuck. And then, yeah, fucked myself up pretty good. Oh, no insurance. Went to the hospital, you know, they gave me some medicine. They gave me some painkillers, some like Tylenol somethings. I had some, I don't know what I had, something. But it actually affected me. You know, I took it as prescribed, as needed, and it actually affected me. And it was little victories like that that were nice and reassuring. It was little things like, hey, you know, I had the self-control to take it just as needed, where normally, like, if it was me with a problem, that would have been gone in like the night, because it wasn't shit. But to take it as needed and to have it actually be effective was a blessing. I was thankful for that. I was thankful for the improvement it showed in my life, how the change, you know what I mean? I was thankful. I was thankful. You know, opiates are really crazy. They're really addictive. And the way we go about treating it is really, really wrong. Because the programs we have set up to treat it, you know, they're lifelong programs. They're meant to keep you in it, not get you out of it. The methadone clinic, the Suboxone clinic, they're made to keep you in it. They don't get any funding from the state from getting you clean. They'll jump you up twice as fast as they'll bring you down. You know, when I cleaned my life up, one of the times I did use Suboxone clinic. But a lot of people, they'll get themselves overprescribed so they can either take more than they need, or they will sell it on the street and they'll go buy drugs with it. But you're trying to go down, and they're going to bring you down so much slower than they're going to bring you up. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. If I want to get clean, if I want to lower my milligrams, why won't you let me lower them as much as I want? You're going to restrict me how much I lower it? But you're going to allow me to bump it up more than you'll allow me to lower it? Make it make sense. So yeah, opiates lost control over my life. I beat that battle. I've had lots of battles. I had a battle with crack. You know, back when I was doing opiates back then, you know, my friends, that was their thing. But that's part of the reason why I died. They were speedballing. But smoking was never my thing. I did it a little bit, but when I was around them, like, I never cared to learn to cook, or I never cared about it. I never went out of my way for it like that, right? Because I didn't care about it. Then, let's fast forward to, like, I don't know, maybe like 2 years ago this summer. You know, I went fucking a decade or something without smoking, because I didn't care about it. Then, like 2 years ago, going through a lot. Dealing with custody shit with my son's mother, some bullshit claims that she did, and then she kept losing losing these court filings because they were bogus, and then she would lose, and I would tell her she lost, I'm coming to get my son, and then she would go and file some more bogus stuff and have that granted, and it was a lot of BS. And then so was that. Then I lost my last grandparent, my grandfather. I lost my brother John, my closest brother, the only one that truly would have understood and could relate to the magnitude of everything I've overcome. The only one I wanted to share it all with, but it wasn't here. But lost him. I flipped my motorcycle 5 times. This is all within a couple months. Then I'm dealing with a breakup. Then we just renewed a lease on our apartment. You know, granted, my roommate, you know, love the dude. We lived together for a while, a couple years, and he had been working things out with his son's mother. It's cool. I support that. You know, you've never really been, you haven't been there for months anyways. You're still paying rent. But what got me was we just renewed the lease. We literally just renewed the lease like the month prior. And then I'm dealing with all this other stuff on top of it. And then so I'm dealing with all the emotions of all that. And then I got my landlord up my ass, pressuring me about it, putting all the responsibility on me as if I didn't already have enough on my plate. And I think I was looking for a job at the time too, because I lost my job, because I crashed my bike. It was just, life was shit. And I didn't have many options. And I ended up having this chick move into my house that I didn't really know. All I knew was I needed help with rent. All I didn't know this chick was a crackhead. And you know, I established, you know, my house it wasn't a party house. It was an after party, low key, chill. Like my places are always laid back, low key, slick handful of people. You know, my house is not for everyone. You know, I treat my house like my temple. Not everyone is welcome in my temple. If your energy is wrong, you're not welcome here. I find this chick, you know, having people, seeing people on my camera walking in my house all the time. Like, who the fuck is that? I'm telling you, you're not allowed to invite people over here like that, especially doing this shit. Then I found myself making bad decisions. I found myself doing it a little bit here and there. And that starts becoming a problem. And I started learning to actually cook it. Then this chick isn't paying rent for like 3 months. I gotta cover her shit. And my brother moved in. So my brother hit me up saying he was gonna be homeless. I'd already lived with him before, right? I'd already lived with him before. He's immature. He's a child. I knew that having him move in with me was gonna put a wedge between us. And I didn't want that. Because I knew he hasn't changed. And he's just gonna irritate the fuck out of me just by being sloppy and irresponsible little kid. Even though he's an adult child. But he came to me, I'm gonna be homeless. Fuck. All right, say less. I kicked my son out of his room to give my brother a room. So my brother had his own little space. Just sloppy, just little things. Like, why am I working 2 jobs? I'm working 2 jobs. I'm taking care of my son, taking care of my dog. I'm doing all the chores around the house. Everything. How can I find time to do all that and you can't find to do shit? When you're working one job, you're going to school a little bit, yeah, but you have no responsibilities. I'm more responsible smoking crack than you are. That's sad. Anyways, so this chick not paying rent for months. Kick her out, finally. Get her out of there. And I got this homie. Well, an old friend, what I thought was a friend. Shitty person. But he was moving back because he fucked shit up where he was working at. Big surprise. But he needed somewhere to go. I said, hey, well, I got a room here. No, this dude, just a straight leech. A straight leech. I'm working 2 jobs. I'm coming back. I'm cooking meals for everyone. You know, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. The dude wants to complain about washing dishes. And then the ones he would do, he wouldn't even do right. And then just ungrateful. And then, like, would do one little thing here and there and expect me to, like, give him a attaboy or a big gold star. Like, congratulations. You did the, not even the bare minimum. Congratulations. Fuckstick. You know, I got my job. I'm driving this dude to work in my fucked up truck on a promise of gas money that at halftime I wouldn't even get. Eating all my food, drinking all my liquor, smoking all my weed. His whole room was furnished with my stuff. His whole room was my stuff. Just the audacity of some people. You know, I tried getting them all together to have a conversation with them, tell them, guys, we're gonna get evicted. You know, my brother would come home bragging about how much money he made at bar from the tips. You're 2 months behind on rent. I purposely let the internet get shut off. I let it get shut off because I know that's gonna affect him because he can't play his video games. So I allowed it to get shut off. He hits me up, asking about the internet. What did I respond to him? I hit him up. I told him, you're 2 months behind on rent. Motherfucker, he ignored that. He ignored that. He replied to his own message. So I made a conscious decision to turn my life around. And to do that, I needed a reset. So I made a decision. Fuck this place. Fuck all them. Why am I, a more responsible crackhead, gonna sit here and keep taking care of these man children? Taking on all this weight, all this responsibility for them. Fuck that noise. So I gave the apartment up. People were gonna spin it off as, oh, I lost the apartment because I was smoking. You know, I didn't care. If people want to say that, people can say that. Because anyone who knows me knows what the truth is, knows what the real story was. So I don't worry myself about the opinions of others that don't fucking matter. I don't care. You can say whatever you want to say about me. I don't care. I'm going to sleep fine at night. At the end of the day, I know what really happened. Even if that was what happened, even if it was. I just don't care. I don't care what people have to say about me. I don't care. You know, but I gave it up. And I chose to be homeless for a while and sleep in my truck. I had multiple women offer me places to stay. Trying to give me keys to their apartment. Whoa, pump the brakes. Like, what, you don't think you're trustworthy? He's like, yeah, I know I'm trustworthy, and that's not the issue. The issue is I don't want the commitment attached to that key. There's a reason why we're not together, because I don't see a future with you. And so by me accepting that key, I overstand the fact that I'm accepting a lot more than I want to pick up. And so no, I would rather sleep in my truck alone than to deal with that. It's as simple as that. So I did. And, you know, I had one place that I would used to go to shower and hang out. But that was also a bad spot. Everyone there was smoking. And not only are they smoking, they're fucking idiots. They're stupid. Yeah, you hear me? They're fucking stupid. You're reckless. You're sloppy. Try warning them. They wouldn't listen. So same as before. People don't want to listen, you gotta start removing yourself. But not only this, you know, this dude don't think I know. He don't think I know. You don't think I heard about him getting caught up at the casino, getting caught smoking right at the casino. But then you come back around me, and funny how you don't mention it to me. It's funny how you never mention it to me, but I'm hearing about it from other people. Interesting. You know, I let people play me for a fool. I love it when people play me for a fool, because then you can see what their true intentions are. Then you can see how far they're willing to go with it. This dude tried setting me up. This dude got himself caught up. And he's not a man. He's not a real man. He wants to do the dirt, but he's not willing to pay the piper when it's time to pay up, because you get caught because you're fucking stupid, because you're sloppy, because you're ignorant, because you don't want to listen. And then you want to try to set me up? When I'm not doing shit, I'm just, only thing I did wrong was surrounding myself around you people. And yes, I made bad decisions too. Yes, but I wasn't doing all the fuck shit you're doing. Not to justify it, I was still on my own wrongs. But you thought you were gonna set me up? God was looking out for me then. You know, I'm not stupid. I know that when they raid you, it's around 5 in the morning. I know it. So of course around that time, I'm always going to be a little more on whatever. It's just in my nature. Because of my surroundings, because of my knowledge, because of everything. I was outside one night, around that time, smoking a cigarette. I heard this voice. It said, run. 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 I fucking ran. I ran to my truck. I got in my truck and I fucking booked it. What the fuck was that? What was that? Everything in me, all internally is going, something's wrong, something's wrong. But it's all calm out. My intuition was going off. You tried to set me up that night. But I still didn't really understand everything. I didn't understand all my feelings, I didn't understand everything yet. I was starting to. So I started cleaning my life up. Started making better choices. Started eating better food, listening to cleaner music, raising my vibration, getting closer with God. And the closer I got, the stronger I got. Then, you know, they'd normally be upstairs sloppy, smoking with all the windows open, and people walk right by, seeing everything laid out, sloppy. So where would I be? I'd be downstairs in the basement playing video games away from sloppiness, because I wasn't even smoking half the time. I just needed somewhere to go that wasn't my truck, or around people, or whatever. But you are the company you surround yourself with. And let's talk about the other night you tried to set me up. Down there playing video games. Normally I'd be playing with his girlfriend too. Because every now and then she would just want to escape and we would just sit there and we'd play video games together. He would never be down there because he'd be up there trying to hit on other girls, trying to go holler at other girls, doing whatever fuck shit he was doing. Except for this one night. It's around the same time, 5 o'clock. Down there playing with her. And he comes down. You're sloppy. You're silly. You're sloppy. You think I didn't notice you trying to slip the shit behind the couch behind me? You think it's just because I'm playing the video game, you don't think I'm aware of my surroundings? You think I'm not aware of my peripheral vision? You think I don't know what you're doing? You think my intuition wasn't telling me already? And then you're gonna drop all your stuff down on a table? Hey, take whatever you want. You just gotta throw it all out there? What time is it? Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. I had to analyze what was going on because I knew what I was feeling. I saw. I had to analyze it real quick. Is this really what's going on right now? Is this what's going on right now? Is this what's going on right now? So I came out of the bathroom and went downstairs. Said, oh shit, this girl just hit me up. Booty call. I gotta go. Grabbed my shit real quick. Got the fuck out of there. So went back to sleeping in my truck. My truck was unregistered, uninspected, because I owed Easy Pass $8 grand. It's like $6,000 just in fees. But I'm sleeping in my unregistered, uninspected truck. Just driving it to get to work, which was right around the corner from where I was parking. And in this time, I was manifesting a 5-bedroom house. I didn't know what I was doing. I knew what I was kind of doing without really knowing what I was doing. Until it started happening. But I got this 5-bedroom house. And I secluded myself. That house became my temple. It became my place of peace. It became my place of healing. It became my place of growth, of learning. I had to do some more self-sabotage. I ended up, lost a job. I was doing better. I was doing a lot better. But then it was the anniversary of my brother's passing. And it hit me hard. I blacked out that night. And again, another one bad decision, cost me that job. But losing that job gave me more time to sit at home by myself. And in this time, I found this video that taught me how to reprogram my brain. And the video said to, first thing in the morning, wake up, go right to the bathroom. Couple deep escalated breaths. Then you brush your teeth the opposite hand. And when you brush your teeth the opposite hand, you're reprogramming your brain. It's a lot more tedious, it takes a lot more time, but you're slowly reprogramming your brain when you're doing it. Then after that, 37 years old, looked myself in the mirror for the first time ever and told myself, I love you. First time ever. And I did that, I don't know, 10, 20 times. So I started doing that every morning. I started doing my affirmations. I found affirmations. I was doing affirmations every day. I saw this analogy, God, source, the universe, whatever, sent me these videos. Sent me these videos to help me, to give me the help that I needed, because I couldn't get that guidance anywhere else. I had no one around me. I had no one around me to help me, except for God, except for the universe. They were there for me when no one else was. They're still here for me when no one else is. God's never left my side. He's the only one that's ever been there for me. He's the only one that will ever still be there for me. That's why as long as I have a breath to breathe, a voice to speak, I'll speak his word. As long as I have hands to do his work, I'll do his work. As long as I have feet to get to the places he needs me to get to, I will get there. Even in times right now of despair that it seems helpless, I know that he's here with me, and that's all the hope I need. That's what I need to give me the motivation to keep going, the strive to keep persevering every day. A lot of people would have tapped out a long time ago. But I saw this video. It took a jar and it filled a whole bunch of light stuff. Ping pong balls, twigs, paper, things that float, right? And then it was this jar, glass of water. And the glass of water represented you doing better with your life. And as you're sitting here, you're trying to do better with your life. You're pouring it into this jar, right? What happens? You're doing good, you're being good, sending positive energy out there, right? Well, as you're doing that, all that stuff, all that light stuff starts rising to the surface. And that represents all the stuff from the past you thought you were over, but you're not. Past drug addictions, old relationships, all this stuff from the past that's still weighing you down, you're still attached to. So as you're doing good, being good, that starts raising to the surface. But as it gets higher, that's when people are like, oh, woe is me, I'm doing good, I'm being good, like, why is this happening to me? And they're weak, they tap out. You can't tap out then, you gotta tap in, don't tap out. Put more into it, keep pouring into it, because the more you pour into it, eventually it overflows and it's gone, it's released. You're free of it. Just don't tap out. So that was very helpful for me. Those things were very helpful for me for transforming my life. Then it was just progressing from there. It was just I went back to work at a kitchen, and I started getting I started feeling called to go vegetarian. It was just, it was weird, because if you know me, I'm all about the meat. No homo. It's something I never thought I would even say that I was thinking about doing. But God put it in me to do it. Because meat is the lowest vibration food. Anything dead, pasta, grains, but meat's the worst. Back in the day, when our ancestors, when they used to kill things, one, they used everything, but two, they used to honor the spirit of the animal. They kill a deer, they kill a moose, they blow smoke through the nostrils and let it fly through the organs, and things were different back then. Things were done properly and differently. And not even that, it's not what our body needs. We need living stuff. We need the fruits, the vegetables, the liquids that are in those, the H3Os that are in those. Not H2O, H3O is what our body needs. And we find it in the fruits and vegetables. So I felt a calling to go vegetarian. So I did. Then I picked up a second kitchen job. And so then I'm working at both of them, and then I felt God telling me to start chasing my dreams, start chasing my desires, and I I started to set things up to start a microgreen company. And then God told me to quit my better paying job because it had more toxic people in it. It was just a more toxic environment. There were some great people there, but there were just negative, toxic people, and it was just negative to my energy. And God told me, you know, get rid of this distraction, this toxicity out of your life, and make more room to start planning for what I have planned for you. It's like, all right, God. Whatever I've been doing in my life so far hasn't been working, so I'm gonna trust in you. I'm gonna put my faith in you. I'm gonna believe in you. Let's go. Show me what you got. Things are working out perfectly. You know, things are just working out amazing. I got things lined up, you know, from working in the kitchen industry so long. I got people and people and people lined up. Local microgreens, yeah. And it's a friend of theirs, yeah. So I already have the clients. I already have everything all lined up. And then everything happened so rapidly too. God told me, put in 2 weeks on this job too. Fully submit, fully commit to doing this. It's like, all right, God. So man, it's funny, it's crazy. So the day that I was, the day I put my 2 weeks notice in, man, I saw master angel numbers all day long. So I'm doing these, I'm weighing out pasta. And for the pasta, you know, weighing out the different things. But like every time I put the pasta on, 555, 5 ounces, 0.55, 555, 555, 555. Like, because you know, when you do something so long, right, you got to feel for what the weight is and the handful, and so you just kind of have a general idea, right? But man, when I tell you, it kept hitting it, and every time, sometimes it would be close, right? Say it was over, I take a little bit off, throw it out, 555. Sometimes it would fluctuate around and then pop right back to it. Sometimes I throw it on the scale and it's close, and I notice one little piece is hanging off the edge. So just out of curiosity, I take it, I flick it over, just see what happens. 555. 555 is a sign of change, major change in the angel numbers. So I was seeing those. I put my 2 weeks in notice. Kind of a sigh of relief, right? And then, man, the doors that started opening up when I did that, when I finally made that last kind of like, when I passed that test of saying, yes, I believe in you. Yes, I believe in the plan. Yes, I trust you. That was me telling the universe, making a statement to the universe, I trust you. I don't understand, but I believe in it. I believe in me. I believe in the plan. So I quit one job, so I had all this extra time. The universe started sending me these courses, these classes, business classes, this and that, all sorts of classes, you know. I would just randomly like come out of meditation or something, and these things would just pop up for me. And sometimes I would have like 7 minutes to sign up for them. And then I'd get into it, and then some of them were week-long classes, week-long courses that I was doing. Just that the universe sent to me. Some of them were expensive, that I paid cheap money for. It was unbelievable money for what I got. Shouldn't have happened. But when you trust in the universe, when you fully submit and trust in it, magical things start happening for you. Once you have to fully believe and fully submit. But yeah, and so my days, this is what my days consisted of. Because at the other job, they actually cut hours back because they were slow. So I wasn't even getting that many hours over there. I was only working there like 3 days a week, right? You know what I did all day? So my routine, I would get up, meditate, studying, then go to the gym. Then after the gym, if I didn't have any missions, I would go to my studying. And then if, someone hit me up for a ride, or someone needed something to do, or someone needed help with anything, then I would stop what I'm doing. I would go help them. And then I would come back to my studying. That's just what I did. My whole day was literally consumed with studying, growing knowledge, praying, meditating, doing shadow work, soul searching. And everything seemed to be going great, right? Everything seemed to be going great until, you gotta be careful who you tell things to. Some people just can't stand the thought of you doing good. Your own family can't stand the thought of you doing good. Your own family would sabotage your own company. Your own family would go behind your back and try to work against you. Your own family, your own friends. People that should be celebrating with you, people that should be happy for you, people that should be rejoicing with you are working behind your back, trying to sabotage you, stab you in the back. Pathetic. Sad. Pathetic. But God did all this to show me their true colors, to show me their true intentions. Because he knew I was committed to him. He knew I'm submitted to him. He knows I'm committed to the plan, whatever it may be. But he had to show me people's true intentions, because where I'm going, not everyone can come with me. And he had to show me their true colors. He had to teach me these lessons. He had to show me everything they've been doing to me my whole life. And then he said, you fought your battle. You fought your battle. You showed honor. You showed your true intentions. You showed your worthiness to me. You showed your faith. Now step back, son. Step back and let me fight this battle for you. You step back. You protect your energy. You protect your heart. You protect what they despise you for. You save that, because what I'm going to do with you, I'm going to do great things with you. I'm going to do great things through you. But your fight right now is done. Sit down. Let me finish this for you. Yes, Dad. Thank you, Dad. Thank you for showing me. Thank you for showing me their true intentions, Father. Thank you for opening my eyes and allowing me to see them for who they really are, Father. Thank you for saving me. Thank you for pulling me out of the flames, Father. Thank you for breaking the chains that they had on me, Father. Thank you for setting me free. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So God told me to leave. Told me to trust in Him. And days like today, not many people would have made it through, especially with the mindset that I have right now. They would not be this calm. The only thing keeping me calm is my trust in him, and that he has my back. That's the only thing keeping me going. But it's enough. It's enough to keep me going. It's enough to give me motivation to persevere. It's enough. What a crazy journey. What a crazy turn of events. Such is life. Life is what you make of it, though. I refuse to let people project their own insecurities, their own disbelief, their own lack of faith. I refuse to let them project that onto me any longer. For too long have I worried about other people and their well-being. For too long have I put myself on the back burner. And so now, not only am I putting myself first, I'm putting God first, and God's putting me first. Man, to be put first for once. You know, funny thing, you know what heaven and homes have in common? None of them need a location. They go with me everywhere I go. I can choose to live in a state of misery and despair, which is hell, which most people would be in my situation. Most people would be. Most people are not mentally strong enough to deal with even a fraction of this right now, to be honest. Or you can choose to fixate on the positive. God's got my back. God loves me. God wouldn't abandon me. And live in heaven. I choose the light. I choose the light. I've always chosen the light over the dark. I've always shown light onto the dark. I can bring life into dark people. I can show them life, the light. But I can also expose the dark and evil as well. Life is what you make of it. You know, it's just one day at a time, one foot in front of another, one decision after another. Just one problem, then another. Just day by day, step by step. You do what you can. Some days we might go ahead. You know, some days we might move forward 4 steps. And then tomorrow we move back 2. And then, you know, we don't always go positive, but you know, on the days that we go back, it just gives us more room to go forward the next. And as long as we're always striving to be better today than we were yesterday, then hey, we're doing something right. All right, have a good day, guys.